Hey, riding side saddle. It's Tammy.
And Lisa.
We're back.
We're together.
Finally.
I have missed you so damn much.
Back at you, babe.
Gosh.
This was crazy. We did see each other on the 4th of July.
We did, but we
with
had
our
husbands,
families. Yeah, right. It wasn't
like,
the same.
Please go away. I'd like to spend time with my cousin.
It didn't work out like that, and we did have a lot of fun.
We had so much fun.
But we didn't get to connect in the way that we normally do.
Yes. So
Our schedules have been nuts.
It has been. The whole planning session, I was completely talking her ear off. Like, do you understand? We haven't seen each other, and I haven't updated you on this.
3 weeks of stuff to talk about.
Gosh, I wasn't going to text all that. This can't happen anymore.
I mean, we could talk. We could call on the phone.
I am just not a talker on the phone.
You don't like it?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I really do not. I like to text because I can be doing the shit that I need to be doing and like still hold a conversation. It might be like an elongated conversation, but I still am able to do it. When I'm on the phone, I can't do
That's all you can do.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's interesting. See, I feel like the opposite.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're not
I can do lots of
texter?
things while I'm talking on the phone.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I can fold laundry. I can do dishes. I can sweep. I can do all sorts of things.
Huh. Yeah. I also have social awkwardness.
Oh.
Like, I have social anxiety stuff, which sounds kind of silly, but I do. On the inside, it feels weird. So phone calls are just...
So you'd rather just hold it all in until we can see each other?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And honestly, I only hold it all in and spew it all out at you.
Right.
Not at
everybody.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right. No,
because
I get it.
of the social anxiety bit.
Sure.
So you are welcome.
Thanks.
Just you and the podcast.
Right. Just you and everyone who listens.
Please.
Right.
Don't get it all turned around in my head. I'm okay with it. And I've been okay with it for 7 seasons.
Right. I'm teasing. So, our planning session today, we developed our topic for tonight. I think it's a big one, and I think it's really important. So I hope we do it justice.
And it's relevant.
For sure it is. To me, anyway.
Me too.
We decided to talk about aging because it's been coming up for both of us.
Uh-huh.
I was at Walmart walking through the parking lot, and I passed a woman who had a young child, somewhere between 3 and 5 years old, I would have guessed. She didn't give me a look. This was not from her at all. But as I passed her, it occurred to me that part of my life is so long gone. Obviously, I know this. This was not a news flash. I didn't just, have a light bulb moment.
Right.
But it got me thinking, right? As my hip is bothering me a little bit, my leg is bothering me, and I'm, limping along a little bit. I'm not walking quite as fluidly as I used to, and I'm stomping more than gliding anymore these days. And Cole had made a comment over the weekend about his dad being old, and then Josh got out of his chair and he's gimpy because his knee's bothering him, and so aging has just come to mind. And I was at had my hair done, and my hairstylist, she said something about, if I could go back, I think 7 years old, that would be a great number to start at again. And I said, are you kidding me? No way. I would not go back to my childhood for all the money in the world. Not a chance. And then I started thinking, I wouldn't be a 20-year-old again.
No.
My 30s were hard. My 40s were hard. I'm okay right where I am.
Every one of the phases is hard. Every single one.
Exactly.
And that if you go back, it's going to be that hard again.
Yeah.
You don't want to repeat all of
For
that
sure.
over. Like, I know the rest of my stuff is going to be hard too, but I'd prefer to stay where I am.
Right.
Right. And continue it out.
Yes.
As opposed to redo all of this shit.
For sure.
This shit and shit.
So the first 45 years were hard emotionally for me.
Yeah.
Now they're starting to get to be hard physically. Again, my hip is bothering me. I'm not walking as fluidly as I used to. I notice my physical strength is not what it used to be.
Yes.
You know, it's harder to get upstairs with a load of laundry and things like that.
Girl, you would not
Everything
believe,
is just harder physically.
you would not believe what happened to me this past week. It was before the 4th. Well, I told you already, but I'm going to tell you again. I was sleeping and I was dreaming. You know my dreams.
Yeah.
Like my dreams are...
They're vivid.
Yeah, really vivid. Well, this was a little bit of a weirdo one. I was dreaming that Scott was going to give me a massage. It was not a sexual dream in any sort of way. It was like he was just going to give me a massage. I figured I'd just clue you into that so that you don't get freaked out.
Right.
Awkward.
Thanks.
Like, really? You're going to tell everybody in the
Wow.
podcast about
Wow.
your porno dreams?
It wasn't that.
Nope. Just a massage. But I was supposed to like tuck under the sheet and lay on the table with my face down, right?
Yeah.
On the table. And I could not get turned for anything in this dream. I
you couldn't
tried
turn
and I
over.
tried. Yeah.
Oh.
I couldn't get in there. I was like stuck and I could not get in there. And, you know, the dream went on and a whole bunch of different variety of things happened. But this whole time, I was having a really hard time getting to where I was supposed to go.
Which was just on the table.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Under the
I was
sheet.
like bundled up though. Like I
You
couldn't
get out from under the tucked in sheet.
Yes. And I woke up out of that dream, like immediately out of it. And my shoulder has been like an absolute disaster ever since that dream. I was dreaming that I was stuck because I was
You were actually stuck
like
in
while
real
I was
life.
sleeping on my shoulder, and I pinched my whole shoulder.
Oh, no.
I couldn't lift anything. I couldn't raise my shoulder. I was like on the verge of having a frozen shoulder.
Yikes.
He had to do acupuncture just to get me moving along again. And this is because of sleep.
Right. Right.
Like, I don't have a great adventure story to tell about how I am fucking crippled now.
Right.
I was sleeping.
Right. And you woke up and couldn't move your arm.
Yeah.
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 It was pinned underneath yourself.
Aging.
Yeah. It's like, I saw something the other day about like, I'm one sneeze away from blowing my back out,
I
or
was just
from,
gonna say
my
that.
neck or whatever.
Yep,
Yeah.
you fart wrong and,
Right, and
like,
that's it.
You're
That's
you're
it.
done for a week.
Right. 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 For somehow a fart makes your mid back go out. I'm not sure how that works, but it could.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it has.
Right.
In fact, Malachi has said to me, we were talking about like grandparents, and I'm his nana, and he was talking to me about another grandparent, and I said, am I like your grandma? And he said, kind of. You're kind of old. I'm like, okay. But then he did follow it up to say, but I really like you a lot.
Oh.
In his 3-year-old way. I'm like, thank you.
That
So
is cute.
so even to like a 3-year-old,
You're
it is
pretty old.
Yeah, I'm old.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. My heart and my spirit,
Yeah.
my emotional self, I do not feel old.
Right.
My physical self,
I'm starting to feel my age.
definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I would agree. It's hard. it's hard to not be able to get up and do the things you want to do when you want to do them in the way you've always done them, right? Having to
Yes.
modify or plan ahead.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is one of those things that has been, well, it's been coming up in so many ways. My glasses, again, are not the right prescription. I literally just got these glasses like, I don't know, a year and a half ago. And they're the transition glasses. They're fucking expensive.
Yeah, they are.
Like insurance and everything, it was still
several
$800
yeah.
for my glasses.
Right.
I cannot go back to the eye doctor. I can't even, first off, get contacts right now because they're going to make me do an
Another
eye exam,
exam.
which is going to tell them that my prescription is off.
Right.
I'm having a hard time seeing
Well,
with
they
my
can't
fucking.
make you buy
It's
glasses.
true. It's true. I know, but like, I just cannot believe that shit is falling apart like this quickly.
Yeah.
Number one, it is a engineering flaw to have your eyes go to shit the way people's eyes go to shit. And
Yep.
it is just a known thing.
Right.
That, you know, you hit 40, you hit 45. If you're lucky, you make it to 50-ish, and then you can't see anything
Right.
anymore.
Right.
That's an engineering flaw.
I
Something is
agree.
wrong with this
I
picture.
agree.
I tease about an engineering flaw, but I'm, you know, in 30 or 40 years from now, maybe they're going to finally tell us, oh, that last generation, they were doing it all wrong.
Turns
And
out-
yes.
Eating carrots is terrible for your eyes.
That's it.
Something like that.
Son of a
Right.
bitch, it's the carrots.
Yeah, it'll be something like that.
Oh, man. Yes.
Yeah.
But so through this macro stuff
Yep.
that we've been doing and trying to, you know, be more healthy and as a result, you know, get in a better weight range. I've also started to work with somebody to be able to start exercising. And I went and I had my first consultation today, and I will tell you, she was the most dear person. I really like her. I know that we're going to get along great. She's young, super skippy, very strong, lovely young woman. But you know, I'm 50, right? And she,
Yeah.
you know, she
And
needs
she's
to
not.
right. She's definitely not 50. And I had to fill out all of the, you know, the registration information. She takes a look at it and she's like, "You're not on any meds?" I'm like, "No." Wow. I'm like, okay,
Oh.
that makes me feel old, right? Like that just by itself makes me feel old. I mean, it makes me feel good that I'm not on any meds, but like the way she presented it was you're 50,
you should
and you don't
probably
have
be on
you're
something.
not on any meds. That's wow. Like she was giving me a compliment.
Right, right.
But of course I took it in
So I'm at that age where
yes.
meds are going to start to be part of my life.
Yes. And you're
Ugh.
kind of surprised that it's not.
Yuck,
right?
I don't like that.
type
I
of
don't
thing.
like that at all.
Also, you know, when she was talking to me about what my goals are and what I'm trying to accomplish and maybe limitations and restrictions and things, you know, she talked a lot about joint pain. She talked a lot about like, you know, what are your goals? Is mobility part of your goals? And fuck,
Yeah,
it is.
absolutely.
Like she was doing all of the right things, right? I'm not saying that she, you know, did something poorly or was offensive in any way. She wasn't, but it was just truly.
But it's reminding you that you're at an age where those questions come into play.
girl, it was a
No
slap
one's
in the
ever
face.
asked me stuff like
right,
that before.
Right. I want big biceps, right? Like I want
Right.
perkier boobs, like
Right.
like those things, yes.
Right,
Like,
right.
but not like. So are we?
So are you
working?
just wanting to be able to get out of a chair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That.
Right.
It's like fuck. I'm here.
I mean, yeah, I
I'm
do want to
here.
get out of a chair.
I'd like perkier boobs too.
How big can this wish list be?
Do
Are
I
these
prioritize?
realistic goals or can they just be wish list items?
Right. Right.
Oh,
what can you do
wow.
about stretch marks?
Right.
I'm just teasing.
Right.
So it has been coming up
It has been.
a whole lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is I feel like it's kind of a weird stage to be in. It feels a little bit limbo-ish,
It does.
right? Like I'm not so old or infirmed or immobile that, people are pushing me around in a chair.
Right.
I'm not at the doctor every week monitoring something.
I can still
knock
do
on wood.
activities of daily living.
Right, exactly.
Mostly without issue. Right.
Right. Unless you have a dream where you've pinned your arm under yourself.
And then you're screwed for like a week.
Right.
Right. You have to figure out how to do everything with the other hand because it's a disaster.
It's not going to work.
No.
So I'm not that, like, I'm not at that point, but I'm also not functioning the way I used to.
Right.
And I'm noticing the difference.
And I'm not recovering from
That
things
is
the
also
way
true.
I'm used to.
That is also
or
true.
I used to be. Yes.
Today, I literally didn't do something to cause my back to spasm. But gosh darn it, I couldn't even sit up all the way because it was just one big knot in my mid back. I didn't do anything.
Yes.
It just all of a sudden went zhoop,
yes.
all tightened up, and that was it. Yeah.
Yep.
That was it. Those things just start to happen, I guess. I don't like it. And I'm sure being more active on a regular basis would help combat some of that. It does. Right?
I know it
for
does.
Sure.
Right.
For sure.
Hence the reason why I'm trying to do this, right?
Absolutely.
Going back to one of our episodes, I don't even remember what season it was, but that woman who fell.
Yes, I thought about her today.
Yes. I think about that woman a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to do everything that I can do to not be in that place.
Right.
Because she really was not all that old looking to me.
She was,
I
guess
older,
it depends on how you
like,
define old, right? The older I get, the less old 70 is.
Exactly.
Right? So,
exactly.
Yeah.
My point.
Yeah.
My point is exactly that.
Right.
She was like, she wasn't young.
No.
But she didn't
probably
look like
somewhere
she
in her
couldn't lift
70s
her
and 80s.
foot
No.
high enough.
Right.
So that sticks with me a lot. My back feels like, this sounds super weird, but I'm going to say it because it's the only thing that I can truly describe it as. It's brittle. It feels like dry chicken bones.
Yep. I do know what you mean.
When you're like trying
It's
to
so
crush them
stiff
down in the
and-
garbage can.
Yes.
And it's like, that's the way my back feels.
Yeah.
And that's new. I'm like, all right. Coconut oil, maybe.
It would help. It does. It actually does help. That vitamin E in coconut oil is good for your joints.
Gosh.
It is, my back, my upper back especially, it's so tight all of the time that, getting any movement out of my upper back is practically miraculous. But it is, I feel like it's almost a point of no return, right? So, or what comes first, the chicken or the egg? So I know I'm overweight, which makes my joints hurt, right? Makes my feet hurt.
Yeah.
It makes it more difficult to get up, to do things, to even just have the ambition to do things, right? So losing weight would be great, but if I don't have the mobility to be more active, then it's more difficult to lose weight.
It's circular.
So it is.
It's
and
very
I feel like I
circular.
really am at that point of no return where, one more year of not taking care of myself, then
You're not gonna be able
that's
to
just
come
it.
back from it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I 100% feel that.
The good news is that it is absolutely reversible, and I don't have to look like or think I'm going to look like I did when I was 20. That's
No,
not
you never
that's
will.
not my goal.
Right.
But being able to just get out of a chair without everything hurting. right?
Or
Or having to recover for days and days because I spent an hour in the garden.
right.
Or,
Right. Yeah. Getting off the couch after you've been sitting there watching a show, and then it takes
Oh.
like 5 minutes
That's
for all the
ridiculous.
kinks to come out.
yeah, I
Yeah.
walk like Frankenstein.
Me too.
This is nuts.
Me too. I fully agree.
My ankles hurt, my feet hurt. I
Yes.
can't bend or flex anything.
Yes.
And I literally was laying on the couch. It's not like I was doing something strenuous. I'm laying
what
on
I'm
the
saying.
couch.
That's
How
what
does
I'm
everything
saying.
seize up? There have been so many times where I've been driving somewhere, and it doesn't even have to be for a long period of time. And then I, pull into a parking lot and I get out and I look like I'm 95 years old, and I kind of look around and hope no one sees me because it's embarrassing. Or I try to walk like I'm not
tough it out?
hurting. Yeah, and I know I know how ridiculous I must be looking for real. Yeah.
Yeah. How much of it do you just, accept as graceful aging? And how much of it
I don't know.
are you expected to try to overcome? Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, and I don't know what the answer is.
And then
I just remember when I was younger, and I know nothing is like it was when I was younger, but when I would join an exercise class, it didn't take a whole lot of time before I would feel better, where I was starting to feel stronger.
Yeah.
It may take longer now, but it's still possible.
It's going to make improvements.
For sure.
Correct. I agree with that. And then I see these damn TikToks or reels and stuff about this freaking grandma. Now, not grandma like me, but
An
grandma.
older
90,
lady.
somewhere in her 90s.
Yeah.
She's a goddamn gymnast.
I know.
Have you
her.
seen that?
I have.
I was like, sister.
And she didn't start till she was in her 70s. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never really wanted to fling myself around like that, so I don't have that as my goal either.
I may have
I would
wanted
just
to,
like
but
to.
I don't have the
No.
coordination for that
Yeah.
at all.
No.
I would definitely die.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's not really my thing. But I would like to be able to just go where I want to go when I want to go. You know what I mean? I don't want to just sit in a chair and wait for it all to fall apart.
Right. Right. And I am certain that if I sit in a chair and wait for the inevitable to happen,
Yeah.
right? Because you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm going to be full of regrets. I'm going to be
Absolutely.
able to think back and say, do you know how many times you could have and you thought about and you didn't?
Right.
That.
Ooh, that doesn't feel good.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
It's here.
It's so hard to not be comfortable, though, right? Because ultimately, that's where the stopper is for me. Oh, but that really, I'm going to hurt if I do that.
Yeah.
If I do that exercise, that's going to make me sore. And right now, I'm just comfortable.
Yeah.
Well, I could get up and go for a walk, but I'm awfully comfortable right here where I am.
Yeah.
Then I have to put my shoes on, and it's, I
it's
probably
hot
need a
outside
jacket,
and-
right, or it's hot, and then I'll be sweaty. Then
The
I'll
bugs.
need a shower, and
Yes.
the mosquitoes. There's a million excuses,
I know.
right?
There always is.
It's so hard to just stop being comfortable.
Yes. Although I will say at my session with this woman today, she was doing some baseline things to kind of
Yep.
get a
See
gauge
where
as to
you
where I
are.
was.
Sure.
And she was super kind about it. And she's like, well, just do as many squats as you can in a minute, and I'll count for you. Don't worry. We'll keep track of your posture and all that.
How low do you have to go when she's counting?
Pretty low. Yeah. Pretty
Okay.
pretty low. Like
Okay.
it isn't just like a mini little beep beep, It's more like beep.
All the way
Like,
down.
yeah.
All right. All right.
I mean, kind of. Not entirely all the way down. But I will say that through those series of different things, I get real fucking stubborn. Like I'm gonna
I can keep going.
yes.
Still counting?
Yes. And I bit my tongue a couple of times. We could keep going because I get really stubborn.
Yeah.
I don't want to be, I don't want to feel like I'm
Weak.
old or weak or feeble or,
I do
like,
know.
I mean,
Especially when there's this cute young,
beautiful,
yes.
strong, like
Right.
she knows, like you clearly
But
can tell.
obviously you're there for a reason, and it's not because you're overly strong.
Well, I know that, and so does she.
Right.
But I don't want to be. I just don't want to be like, ooh, yeah, she definitely she's not in a good place. Do you know what I mean? Like, have I let all of that lapse? Unfortunately, I have. And I
get
know
what
I
you're
have.
saying.
And I
Right.
told her that I have. But I don't want to seem like I have.
I want to prove everything I just said wrong.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. So even though my buns were on fire, she's like, you can stop if it's too much before I get to a minute. I'm like, fuck no.
I can make a minute.
Yes.
I'll see your minute and I'll raise you a minute.
You can do anything for a minute.
A minute's a long time when you're counting it, though. Right?
It was. Well, I will tell you that one of the other baseline things that she had me do was she had me do elevated push-ups.
Oh.
So not on the ground.
Yeah.
She did make me do them on my toes, not girl style, my
full
knees, right?
Push-ups.
But she also, it was not a like a full arm extension
Okay.
push up and all the way down to the ground. It was a half.
Okay.
So it wasn't like it
But you're
was,
still on your toes.
you
not
are on your
knees.
toes, correct. And then so I did those, and again
For a whole minute?
no, for 30 seconds. And I did them at my own pace,
Okay.
too. It wasn't like, okay, let's see if you can do 50 in 30 seconds. Like, it wasn't that.
Okay.
So I did that, and that was all fine. And then she had me do some planks, just elevated planks. And first, she had me do them with my palms down. And then I told her, I'm like, well, my wrists are a little, like, I
They
do have
hurt.
I have weak wrists.
Yep.
And she's like, well, you can do them on your forearm. And then she had me do that right after on my forearms.
Apes.
And then I was shaking.
Yeah, I
Like,
bet.
then
So push-ups and then a plank.
and then another plank
Oh.
for 30 seconds because I did it on my hands and then I did it on my
Oh.
forearms.
That's a minute of planks. That is a long time.
And then I was like, okay, we're good. She's like, you were shaking a little. I'm like, yeah,
No.
I sure was.
I
Thanks for
know.
pointing that out.
So I think I would be more likely to, I don't want to say cheat, but kind of. I would be like, so she said something to you like, you don't have to make it the whole minute.
Oh, you
I
set
probably
the
would have
bar
been,
low?
yeah.
Oh.
So then when I come back next week, it looks like I've made great strides.
First off, I don't have that level of strategy.
I totally would have
Foolish,
done that.
foolish
I know
me.
I would.
But I'm also very stubborn about that stuff because I do think that I'm strong. So I don't want other people to imagine that I'm not. And I know that sounds weird because, I mean, I know where I'm at.
Right.
But I do feel strong. So I don't want to, I want to prove that I'm strong.
Gotcha.
And I will hurt myself to prove that I'm
Wow.
strong.
Yeah, I'd much rather show that I'm making huge progress.
Look at me after this week.
Right, right. I'm such a good student. Yeah.
Yep, I'm not that strategic. That is a good idea. I should have
You
done
blew it.
Yep.
Too late.
Too late now. Oh,
Yeah,
well,
that's funny.
great.
Well, I hope that cheating aside, strategy aside, that you do actually make great strides.
Thanks.
Even
I am
if you
excited
feel
about
strong,
it.
you are noticing some changes
Yes.
in the way that your body moves and your actual strength
Right.
and mobility. So
Right.
before it goes away, fix it, right?
I'm on it. I have to make
Good
some
for you.
changes in my life. I'm happy to do it.
That's exciting.
And
I'm gonna really try hard to take a page out of your book.
well, and it is, I mean, these are what I'm choosing to do, to
Yeah.
focus on, but it is also a shift in my mentality of where I spend my energy. Right?
Yep.
Like I am coming into a milestone that it has been a long time. Liz turns 18 next
Yeah.
month. Okay. I am no longer, I'm always going to be a mother.
For sure.
Always. And
But
I know
now
that
you're not a mother of children.
it shifts.
Yes.
And I am ready for that shift. I want the shift to take place so that I can refocus my energy.
On yourself.
Yes. Like
It's the era of Lisa.
it is.
Yeah.
Move aside.
Right.
I've been active mom for 29 years.
Yeah.
29
That's
years.
a long time.
That is my whole adult life.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm ready to shift.
Yep.
Like I will still be a mother.
Of
100%.
course,
That
of course.
never ever goes away. And I'm probably still going to be a smother mother. Like let's be realistic here. Those habits die hard.
Yes, right.
But I'm shifting. It's time. It's time.
I am so excited for you.
Thanks. Old or not. I'm doing it.
You're not really that old. No matter what your 3-year-old says.
Tell that to my shoulder.
I've got a shoulder like that too. That is another one of those perimenopausal things. It's just silly.
And it was
Honestly.
frickin' wretched. So my shoulder is better, thankfully, but now all of the muscles down the front of my neck and into my chest are like tight. They are like,
Oh my god.
they have shortened. So I'm having to stretch, like really focused
What in
stretches
the
to be able
world
to
happened to
stretch
you?
my neck. I have no idea, dude. This dream, I will tell you.
You were in that dream. Hard.
That night, you know how when you sleep at night, you roll, you wake up, you check the time sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe you're awake for a little while.
Yeah.
Nothing. I don't remember one single thing.
Wow.
I don't think I actually even moved the whole night.
Well, no wonder your arm is frozen.
That. So like
Gadzooks.
everything just like crumpled up on me.
Yeah, it sure did.
My dream was like, girl, get the fuck up.
Right.
Move your ass.
Right. It's interesting that you were getting, I mean, I know a massage table is not a bed,
Yeah.
but kind of, right?
It was, right,
And
right.
you're in bed sleeping. Your subconscious really was trying to tell you
Telling
something.
me.
And
I'm exhausted. Give me another 10 minutes. Yes. Is it Monday morning already?
Right.
Yes,
right.
that.
You poor thing.
Yes.
Ugh.
So, anyway, and I did those elevated push-ups with a shitty shoulder.
Also true.
See, I am dumb. Not strategic at all. I could have played that.
You could have absolutely played that.
I'm not dumb.
You're not.
Just teasing.
Nope.
Just teasing.
Nope.
But I am horribly, foolishly stubborn.
That is also true. Yes, you are.
Oh gosh. Anyway,
On that note,
yes,
wrapping it up.
we certainly are.
All right. I hear somebody talking behind us.
I
It's
know.
very distracting to me. Can't help it. It's hot. We've got the windows down.
Did you hear the snack that I had done talking
Yeah.
about the distractions?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was entirely for you.
Thanks.
That moth had your name.
It did.
all
It
over
clearly
it.
did.
I was like, she's here.
That was really very sweet. I did not have any experiences like that in my garage.
Well, that's good.
Sorry. You were not there with me. I was all alone.
Oh,
Anyway,
Yep.
wrapping this up. Thanks, Todd at Mind Garden Media,
absolutely.
for putting our podcast together, for being patient with us while we're sending in last minute.
All season.
Yes,
it
last
seems
minute
that way.
everything.
We
Yeah,
very
this
much
season has
appreciate
been hard.
you.
Yeah, we do. And to our listeners,
Yes.
Thank
we
you very
also
much.
appreciate you.
for sure. Thanks for following along. And till next time.
Yep. We'll see you then.
Toodaloo.
Bye.